we start talking with customer in 2016 about electric, they kind of say, you sure about that? But we were sure that it will happen. We didn't know when. We didn't know at how fast. However, we knew that it will come.
At the very beginning of the EFX project, I've decided to analyze a lot of data coming from our customers. What we discovered was that first, an average distance made by ambulances was about between 100 and 250 kilometers per day. And then we've made another analysis of the data, and we've seen that a typical ambulance will stand by for calls between 15 and 20 hours per day. So with that information, we knew the ambulance application qualified to be electrified.
At Lion and at Demers, we need to make sure that we understand how this technology can be useful for the operator. So we need to work together very closely to understand exactly the needs and making sure that the charging infrastructure, for example, and the vehicles in itself, are a great fit with the operation. So it's really the technology that needs to adapt to the operation and not the other way around.
The timeline for electric infrastructure varies from site to site and from fleet to fleet. How do you plan that infrastructure requires an understanding of what systems you're going to be electrifying and what those distances are, as well as your operational constraints. What we have done at Lion Energy is create a series of solutions to work with any type of fleet and any type of building that currently exists, whether it is leased, whether it is transitional, or whether it is an owned permanent installation. Will allow you to understand what your operational constraints are and how to overcome them with a charging solution that will work for any modern fleet on today's standards, as well as how you can plan for that charging system to evolve and grow using software over the next 5, 10, and 15 years.
Anyway, if it's necessary, Demers is able to analyze their customer data to verify if the EFX apply for an ambulance application.
The big challenge is change.
Yeah, I guess we're all reluctant to change, but when you see the benefit of the ergonomics and the safety, and this is the safety to the paramedic, that's a big change to the paramedic. That's a real game changer for them. They'll embrace these changes because you can see the benefit of the changes.
And one of the ways we're dealing with this challenge is training the people.
When you buy an electric vehicle, it is not just a vehicle. You are fundamentally altering the methodology of propulsion in that vehicle from a fossil fuel, a combustible, to energy, electricity. We understand that you need infrastructure to support that, and it comes all around the vehicle. Any solution is on the table because the modern fleet has to be adaptable, and that means that no one fleet fits in every single bucket.
We're just starting. The electric ambulance is something very new, and that could probably trigger some changes going forward.
Electric or not, the mission of the Demers is to provide vehicles that will save lives.